If you crave nature but still shop online, Night and Day Herbals is your dream come true. Discover premium herbal soaps, shampoos, and CBD products. All organic, all for you. Shop now at nightandDayHerbals.com.
Okay, so for the court situation with Diddy, I want to talk to some people who are like so lost in the head. I'm not talking to you 90s for a second, so scooch over, but I do want you guys to respond to this. I'm gonna turn the comments back on, and I want y'all to respond to this. And if you can't respond to this in the comments, and if I don't get to turn these back on, then I'm gonna turn them. There's that question box, okay? What do you call people if somebody, now that you know what Diddy has done a little bit, they're not talking about the children at all, but now that you know what he has done, would you send Diddy money for the evil that he's done? Would you pay him to say, you did so much evil and now you're in jail and you sad that you got caught? So what would it take? What would it take for somebody to be so messed up in the head that they would send a predator money for the pain that they caused to victims? Wouldn't that be the same as torturing the victims yourself? Does that make sense? I know it doesn't make sense to those that are uneducated, because I just saw somebody sent something over to me, and they were like, they're paying predators because they're feeling bad. You're pissed that you got caught. Let's be real. And now you feel like you're entitled to something? Do you know how much money people are making off of me and my pain? The only person that is not making money off of me is me. Ain't that crazy shit? So, and then for the people that betrayed, like, we had some people that sat close to us that we found out were committing adultery, that we found out were doing things. They said that they had false calls on them and all kind of things. And now I'm sitting back like, you sat really close to us. I still have the messages where they sent us messages, and I'm here for you. And in snake skin, Satan comes in all forms, okay? In snake skin, they came and sat with us and was like, we love you and we're here for you, and sending us messages. Seeing people do us dirty, and they were like, we would never do something like this. They turned towards the enemy, started paying our predators, collecting money from them, and then sending them money, gave them even information as far as our whereabouts and locations that they knew of. And then would you be surprised when karma bites you? See, I pray that karma bites you. I really do. Karma needs to bite you. That's not on my time. But you do know when you get everything back that you dished out, don't be sitting there wondering why. Don't. That's just stupid. You need to see how victims feel. The fear in victims that you'll never leave. I'm speaking directly to survivors. Y'all know those excuses that people give. You know their patterns, right? All predators say the same thing. They're never going to believe you. I'm going to make your life a living hell. I'll never leave you alone. You're not good for anything. You're not worth anything. You'll never be anything. You know the famous line somebody used to tell me before they hurt me is, I'm teaching you how to be a woman. That was the famous line, coming from male and female. Before they would assault my body, it would be, I'm teaching you how to be a woman. The first thing, if you confront, have you ever had a situation in a narcissistic, toxic relationship, domestic violence, abuse type of relationship? No matter if it came from a parent, a partner, a loved one. Cry. Do you know how much victims live with? Do you know the reason why the Epstein stuff, the Diddy stuff, all that stuff keeps going in circles? Diddy's not the only one. Epstein's not the only one. Ghislaine's not the only one. Obama's not the only one. Snoop Dogg, Calvin is not the only one. Diddy is the loudest issue right now, but he's not the only one. We're not talking about the animals that were abused. And we're damn sure not talking about the children. Everybody with these documentaries and these things going on, we're still not talking about the children. We're talking about what he did to adults. The hell do you think that he did to children? Cassie was 19 years old, barely an adult. If she was 19 when everything was happening, don't you think some stuff happened before she turned 18? Why are we not talking about that? Do you know the fear that they put in victims? That's why nobody comes forward. That's why you guys see how much people attack us. Y'all see that? What would it take? What is that called? I'm asking you. This is that interactive portion. What is it called for people to literally give in to predators? Do you know how much proof is out there? On Truth Be Told on Rumble.com, where we just did an interview with Dustin Faulkner and Beverly Gillen, do you know that they are licensed journalists? Licensed. Those are not content creators. They are the type of people that if you want to fuck around and find out, you will find out. You will find out. They are licensed journalists. That means that the information that they hold, that I gave them, the evidence that they have called in connections and made sure that that shit is real. Do you hear what I'm saying to you? Check their credentials. Go ahead, check them. I'm asking you to go check them. Dustin Faulkner and Beverly Gillen. That is not a joke. They hold evidence. Now, we had some technical difficulties on the show that we did with them, and we were running like 30 minutes late to start the whole interview because they were having some technical difficulties. And some of the documents were not played on the screen the way they were supposed to because they were having technical difficulties. They had them. They went to play them afterwards. I have another interview coming up with them where we're going to be discussing affidavits, the Diddy affidavit, the Obama affidavit, so much more evidence that I hold. They haven't. What does it take in your brain to see the truth and still come after somebody? Me. Let me help you break this down. Let me help. What does it take for you to see the truth and still come after me and my mom? What is that called? You are obsessed, unhinged, and evil. I have tried to go down the checklist of some things. Even the people that follow these evil type of people, I've went down the checklist. Either you got trauma that's unhealed and you're taking that on me. There's uneducated pain somewhere where I'm trying to give it to you. Here you go, so you can read it yourself, do your research. Since you don't want to do that, that just might be stupidity. Okay, then we move into spiritual. There's got to be something spiritual going on. Are you possessed? You okay? Seriously, everybody, I don't care if what you believe in. You know the devil is real. Satan is real. No matter what you believe in, no matter what spiritual place you stand in, Satan is real. Okay? You're protecting yourself from something evil in this world at all times. Everybody is, right? No matter what type of place you go to for peace, whether it's Buddha, Allah, Jesus, Mary, I don't care. No matter what, even if you don't believe in a damn thing, if you recharge your crystals by the moonlight, you believe in something evil. There's an evil presence that lurks on this earth no matter where you stand. And everybody can agree. Do you want it done to you? Yes or no? Yes or no? Do you want something evil? Yes or no? Done to you? I'm going to turn these comments back on. Yes or no? Would you be okay with something evil being done to you? Yes or no? And when something evil begins to happen, what are the 3 words somebody says? Oh my. Right? So no matter what you believe in, no matter where you stand, would you want somebody to take advantage of your body? Would you want somebody to try to murder you? Would you want somebody to try to shut your oxygen off no matter how hard you struggle to fight, to breathe, to say I didn't do anything to you? Would you want that to happen to you? Yes or no? Yes or no? Would you want it to happen to your children? Anybody that you love? Yes or no? Okay. We got no's, right? So if that's you, if you're like, yeah, I don't give a damn about the evil. Okay, so you're okay with, okay. So if you're not okay with evil going on, how do you sleep at night knowing that you're plotting on somebody else's life? I pray karma bites you back. That is not my job. I'm not a shot caller the way somebody made me to be. But vengeance is the Lord's. It ain't mine, right? But at the end of the day, if you are literally plotting on someone else's life, if you're plotting on pain on somebody else, if you have made someone feel some type of pain for your pleasure, if you have hurt somebody, if you've killed somebody, I pray to God that you picture their face in the moments that you try to sleep. I pray to God that the karma that bites you back gives you a dose of reality of what you put on somebody else. I don't care who you are. I don't care where you stand, but karma will get you. Do you hear what I'm saying to you? It will get you in a way that you will never expect it. It will come in your medical places. It will come in your finances. It will hit you spiritually. It will come through somebody that you love. And I am never the type that I want anything evil that has happened to me to happen to somebody else. But if you are the person plotting on my life, her life, anybody else's life, we have people that didn't even do a damn thing to anybody. Yet I got people are saying that I'm going to pay your predator. What? What? And if they get a hold of your ass, then you want to scream help. What? The evidence that was dropped. Do you think we playing with you? Go ask Beverly Gillett. Go ask Dustin Faulkner. Go ask Miracle Sims. You can ask a few other people that were at the event. Go ask Miss Brittany Aliff. Did I say your last name right? I'm sorry. Go ask them. Go ask the people, redheaded grandma. Go ask them that were sitting in the audience of the event. Go ask them. We are not playing with you. We're not making any money off this internet. If I wanted to merch something, if I wanted to be a part of something, the truth costs more than to sell it. Do you understand what I'm saying to you? The amount of shit that we lost in the time that we have told you the truth. We have lost so much. Our homes, our animals, our lives, our freaking identities. We don't even wear the same damn clothes. You know how you could get up in the morning and pick what you want to wear? Pick how you want to feel in the morning? We don't have that. Every damn thing is in this car. You understand what I'm saying to you? So let me help you. If you're that person that is plotting on me, I pray for your karma. I really do. I really, really do. And when it comes to you, I hope you feel every bit of what you have ever done to anybody else. Do you understand me? Do you hear me clearly? I hope that if somebody tries to do what you have done to me, I pray that you understand and you feel the mess that you have made. I have had to call police on myself. I have had somebody call Adult Protective Services on us this year. I'm a 31-year-old grown woman, and people are still trying to, well, she did this, she did that, she did this. That doesn't negate from the fact that I'm telling you the damn truth. I've said what I've done. How about you? This is why survivors don't come forward. Do you understand what I'm saying to you? Because they're still in their head. They hear that you'll never be worth anything. They'll never believe you. You'll never be loved. Nobody will ever want to do anything with you but take advantage of you. They'll never leave you alone. And then you see these type of people who gather together. Only unfit parents and predators gather together to help unfit parents and predators. Do you understand what I'm saying? You are the company you keep. How does that work for somebody who's a parent? For those of you plotting on my life, you're supposed to be a parent. When your child finds out how evil you are you going to be surprised they don't want shit to do with you? Because if you're that evil to me on a keyboard, I can't imagine the shit that you're doing behind closed doors. You understand what I'm saying to you? And then the people see you. That's the part that I don't think you get. That's where it's scary. Because the sad part is that you don't know that. That people see you. I don't care what type of username you try to hide up under. If you hide up under a username, that means that you sincerely don't want anybody to know your bullshit either. And if you're out in the open and people see this evil, you know when one day all these celebrities won't be able to walk down the street? Neither will you. You get that, right?
I don't think they do.
I really don't. That's the scary part. I don't think that's the part that the devil is working overtime. Yeah, you know you put in them hours, you gonna feel the consequences of your own actions very soon. Trust me. Trust me. I hope you do. I really hope you do. We have sat here on this internet for almost about 5 years now. We've gave you our wounds, showed you in real time, and now we have slapped down evidence after evidence after evidence. We got to Georgia, we called everybody, and we said, listen, we will hand you, everybody keeps asking me for the proof, get in the room and we'll hand it to you. Just get in the room. People, Charlie Kirk just died, I don't know, I'm a little scared. You still gonna go to an event? You understand what I'm saying? Did I just cut out? Can you still hear me? All these fake things that people are doing, dig. Keep digging. Keep on digging. Because do you understand that one day you gonna get your ass bit? You keep drawing blood and somebody gonna bite your back. You know that, right? You are the company you keep. I don't understand. And then generational trauma. If somebody tore you up and made you the reason why you are today. So let's say somebody hurt you. We all know what generational abuse is, right? Generational trauma. It just gets passed down the food chain. Just get your grandma, your great grandma started abusing your grandma, and then your grandma started abusing your mom, and then your mom started abusing you, and so on and so forth. Your great grandpappy started abusing your papa started abusing your grandpa started abusing your dad started abusing the son started abusing his brother, the brother started abusing his loved one, the loved one started abusing the girlfriend started abusing her girlfriend, partner, whatever, and it just keeps going on. It is up to you to break the cycle. It's your choice whether or not. You can't bitch about your trauma and then say, well, that's the reason why I did something to somebody else. No, bullshit. That's your choice. Bullshit. You have a choice to be a decent human being. You have a choice to be a freaking human being. That is your choice. That's called free will. That's your choice. And if you choose to be an evil asshole, that's your choice. And when it comes back to you, don't be surprised. It is your choice to break the generational chain. It is your choice to break the generational trauma. And if you don't choose to break that, then you are no better than them and you can't really complain. That's on you. I'm not the person that you guys see that keeps trying to destroy me. I would never do what somebody has done to me to another child because that's my damn choice. And my choice to sit here and to talk to all of y'all and to warn you about the things that are going on and to say, here, I'm the most vulnerable, bare thing that I can be. Look at the way that my scar bleeds. I am telling you right now, this is what happened. And this is the result. And I am trying to tell you so it doesn't continue for somebody else. That's your choice. You can't bitch, well, my mama did this to me and that's why I'm doing it to you. No, that's your choice. That has nothing to do with your mama. That has nothing to do with your daddy. That ain't got nothing to do with your great-great-grandpappy that decided to just pass it back down the food chain. That has nothing to do with them. That's now on you. Once I got out of the life, I didn't choose to start hurting people. I didn't choose to trap people. I didn't choose to plot on people. I never chose to be someone's sex doll. I never chose to be someone's punching bag. And just because somebody beat the hell out of me and did the things that they did to me, that doesn't mean that I'm going to go and do those things to somebody else. When I got to work as a dance coach, when I became a choreographer, I don't give a shit if I was having a bad day. If I had to be at work at 6 o'clock at night and I had to be there from 6 to 9 p.m. and I had just had a bad day, I had nightmares out the yin yang, my skin is irritated, everybody done did me dirty and it's now coming out through my pores, that is my choice to get to work and not act like an ass or a fool. Those kids didn't deserve that. They're there to have fun. Just because I'm having a bad day doesn't mean the world stops. Does it? Why does it for you? If you're listening to this and you're that type of person, why do you think that you're an exception? And when somebody decides to do the things that they did to somebody else to you, why don't you think that that's not something that you can, nobody deserves to be hurt. But if you are putting it out there and you get it right back, it's called karma. And a lot of y'all need a taste of it. I pray for that. I really do. You're not going to break me. I'm already broken. Do you understand what I'm saying to you? My wounds are already so deep. I know how bad they hurt. You can't do it anymore. I am tired. Do you understand what I'm saying to you? And no matter if I'm not okay or not, this smile is going to stay there. I'm going to turn my life around. That's for damn sure. We lost everything, but I'm going to get it back. I don't know how. I don't know when. But I know I'm going to get it back. How do y'all see the truth and still nobody's moving? Do you understand the amount of evidence and the things that we've put out there? Like I said, Beverly Gillen and Dustin Faulkner, they are licensed journalists that hear both sides of the story. So they've looked at both things and been like, okay, this, and then if it looked like a duck, if it quacked like a duck, if it walked like a duck, if it talked like a duck, if it sound like a duck, if it's painted like a duck, then ain't it a duck? Because it ain't a damn deer. Do you think that I want to relive the pain that I'm trying to talk to you about? If it's painful for us to say it, and you've sat here and watched my snot bubbles pop and my eyes go so swollen because I'm crying my eyes out trying to tell you, do you think that I'm okay? I'm not. But if I get out of this car right now and there's somebody that I walk past and somebody needs something, we don't need to honk or auga, but we have given people the shoes off of our feet, the jackets on our back. If we see that we are okay and somebody else needs something, just because we're having a bad damn day, doesn't mean that it's okay for the world to stop and for us to focus on just that when somebody else needs you. If you're that parent or if you're that person that I'm talking about, Lord bless the people around you. I'm sorry for the people around you, whether it's your kids, your partner, your siblings, somebody in your life. If you are the person that is plotting evil on me, on somebody else's life, Lord bless your family. Lord, please guide the people that got to be around you. Because they don't know how evil you are, do they? Because you're putting up a joke for them too. When your kids one day say, I don't want shit to do with that, I understand now. I get it. Walk away. Walk away. Run. Don't walk. Run. I pray for those people. I really, really do. It's sad. But guess what? I'm so broken, I don't give a shit what you try to do to me anymore. You have already, and I've said this before, you have taken everything. But what you won't do, because I kept saying, I'm losing so much of my spark. I'm losing so much of myself. I've lost so much of myself this year that I can't even begin to explain it to you. Because the evil that has been done, and that was the goal. That was the goal. Somebody said, I want no contact with my own father, no regrets at all. Because did he do you dirty? And even if you tried to explain to him, like, hey, this is what you're doing right here is hurting me. And in order for us to have any type of relationship, I need you to stop that. Okay? Because what you're doing right here is not okay. And it's not helping us have any type of relationship. It's right now, it's creating this animosity and this thing between us that I can't do with you. And if you can't stop that, he was an abusive alcoholic, I'm sorry. I'm really sorry. You got to make a choice, right? It's either enable or disable. Right? And I'm proud of you for making a choice, because that's not easy. Especially when you have to walk away from what you thought was supposed to be somebody that loved you, cared, said they would be there. Especially when it's somebody that's blood to you. I walked away from a life that I saw, and they were supposedly family, and I'm like, listen, I want nothing to do with you, because here's the thing. The patterns that keep just cycling throughout the whole family, and everybody is enabling it, making it okay. And then there's those people that sit back and agree with the problems. So you said you had an abusive alcoholic father. If other people saw the abuse, other people saw what was going on and the symptoms of the problems, and they just sit back and they're okay with it, you are just as guilty. Just because you didn't put your hands on someone, just because you weren't the one causing the pain and the problem, if you sat back and didn't say shit, didn't do shit, didn't intercede, didn't do anything besides watched it, you are just as guilty. Do you know what people used to say to me when they would come into these brothels and stuff, and then they would take things and then they were hurt with people with them, and then because they were standing back and they people pay, you know how virtual people pay to make money off of me? You've seen it, where they're like, hey, give me $2 to say this. Hey, give me $1 to say that. Hey, put it in my comments, we'll make a super chat and they can say this. Do you know people do that with trafficking? Virtual trafficking. There's a thing, okay, where they'll say, hit him, punch him in the face. I'll pay you $50 in this comment if you can turn that machine up a little bit more. If you could choke them out a little bit more. People do that. So these super chats and things that you see evil do, where they're like, here, pay me and I'll read your comment off. People do that in trafficking. Okay. And then if somebody gets caught that was making the video, those people that sat back and was like, I only paid you for a comment, I didn't do anything. Yes, you did. You are just as guilty. Yes, you did. You deserve the same treatment, the same acknowledgement, the same accountability, the same responsibility. You deserve the same amount of pain that you have caused as that person that was committing it. You know, accessory? It's the same thing.
And you a coward on top of it.
Yes. Those people that I was at a strip club, and these church people came out, and they were like, they were talking, and then this lady comes to me, and here's the thing, it was a married couple. So this is what I don't do with married couples, okay? And this is what I was talking to somebody who betrayed us, and they were committing adultery, and they were mad at me because I was like, hey, I don't do that. So now they're taking their anger out on me, being evil and all that stuff because they were committing adultery. And I was like, listen, I don't do that. Let me tell you why I don't do that. Because I was in those clubs where their husbands used to come out, and they would come to us and strippers as their therapists. If you are a dancer, okay, if you've ever been to a strip club, I need you to know that they are playing you in those clubs, okay? Because those strippers have boyfriends, partners, girlfriends, spouses. But they also have clients, regulars, pimps, and money to make. So the same shit that they're telling you to your face, backstage, they're making fun of you. Okay, so those men that walk into strip clubs and that are like, my wife just don't do it for me anymore. We had so many kids and now everything don't work the same, and she don't touch me anymore, and she just yells at me, and she's so tired every time that I want to get with her, and I'm like, I don't know what to do anymore. We're just losing the spark in our relationship, and that's why I'm here at the strip club giving you money, talking to you about it. So you couldn't go talk to your wife? You felt the need to come to me. You couldn't do this with a counselor? You couldn't do this with your wife? Why? What did you do? Is what I was really thinking in my head. Like, dude, if you're sitting here, I wonder why she's treating you like shit. Because what did you do? She don't want you to touch her anymore because she's taking care of the kids and you're not helping. She's too tired when you get home, you want to screw her, but she's too tired because she's been cleaning the kitchen, she's been feeding the kids, she's been chasing the kids around the house, she's been trying to figure out what's going on with the house, shit's falling apart and breaking. She got one kid screaming, holding on to another one, trying to figure out dinner, make shit warm for you when you get home, for you to bitch and say that you didn't get what you wanted, and you're here, and you're talking to me? Really? You know what you got to do in a strip club? Oh, I'm so sorry. You go backstage and you like, that motherfucker. I took the money, but Do you know how many fools used to come into the club? I need to spice up my marriage because they just don't do this. Then the wife comes out. The wife comes out and they're mad at the strippers when they should be mad at their husbands. But they come out to the strip club and then they're like, you're taking my man from me. No, baby, he was already gone. I didn't take him anywhere. You already lost him. He's taking things from you. But instead, you don't want to leave him. So then they come into the club and they get mad at me. They dig their nails in my skin and they treat me like crazy because they don't understand why their husbands are looking at me like the reason why. So for that reason, I don't mess around with people who are not communicating with their partner. Because when you get married, you take an oath that says for better or for worse, through sickness, through poor, till death do us part. We're going to talk about this. If you tired, okay, go take a nap. We can talk about it when you wake up. If you pissy, all right, walk away. We can talk about it when you come in the room. But you took an oath. Through sickness, through poor, for better or for worse, till death do you part. You took an oath and you said no matter what came, no matter what lustful demons went into your head, no matter what problems, no matter what arguments you got into, no matter what the child did, no matter how irritated you got, you took an oath and you said you would still be there. But now you at a strip club talking about, I just need to spice up my marriage. Okay. That's why I don't like that. I'm just saying, okay? Because, and for those of you who ever seen a stripper or a dancer, they're not just high. That's called disassociating. They're disassociating. You know that look in their eyes, that 1,000-mile stare while they're dancing? You're talking to them, you're giving them all this information about all your problems, and they just have this 1,000-mile stare. That's not drugs, that's disassociating. That's how you put up with people's bullshit. That's how you make it through the shit that they're saying. That's how you make it through what they're trying to feed you. You disassociate. That's selective hearing. That's not drugs. There's no amount of drugs that can get you through a night like that sometimes. telling you the truth. I'm telling you because I know it personally. I get to the brothels and stuff, and people used to tell me, these guys used to come in and my kid is the same age as you. Huh?
Inside thoughts.
Huh? I have a fantasy because my kid is the same age as you. And then my wife got an issue with me. Your wife has an issue with you because you're a pedophile.
I don't know. Nasty ass.
Your wife has an issue with you because she's trying her best to be like, listen, this is supposed to be your father, or hey, this is supposed to be your mother, but they got issues. Do you know how I had a female pimp that she wanted to have family time? Family time. Isaiah, you know that. He would get so irritated. Rightfully so. Because family time to her meant that her and her husband were having sex while me and her son were having sex in the same room. So before we just jump straight to dudes, I'm not just talking about the dudes. The females are actually worse. Because you're supposed to be a caring, nurturing creature. But instead, females are more vindictive. See, a bar fight, if a dude gets in a bar fight, they just want to throw hands and then they be done. After they throw hands, they just got to get that anger out. You know what I'm saying? A female, we going to throw hands and then we want to talk about it. And then you want to go through the situation of why you had to rough her up. And then you want to go back to all the things that she did wrong prior to the situation. Then you want to talk about what you could have done, what you should have done, or how you should have did it. So it takes females a minute to get over things, and then they just start keep digging and digging and digging. But the females are worse. That's why Ghislaine Maxwell, she's worse. The dudes are one thing. They just want what they want. Their brain clicks there, and then they go to something else like a squirrel. Sorry, it's just the way that men are built. No shade. To some of you, yes. But no shade. That's just the way that men are built. Men are visual. Okay? It's the thoughts. All right? Females, it's the heart. We gotta connect both because we this is what plays before this. For dudes, it's this. They think with this. Females, we get emotional. They said this, and then I gotta think about it, and then a dude is like, say something, I kick your ass for it, and then we get about over it. You can say it again, I don't give a shit. Females are like, why did they call me that? Okay, I'm not usually that. And if they would say that, are they saying that because of this? That's a female. Y'all get what I'm saying? Y'all get what I'm saying? So, you know, if you're evil, somebody gonna get you. No, let me say somebody. God gonna get you. I don't care what you believe in, but God gonna get you. And when he do, it's gonna be in a way that you least expected it. But he gonna get you. Just saying. Just saying. You guys understand that this is why other survivors don't come forward, right? Because they like, listen, when I get out, how am I supposed to deal with all of this? How am I supposed to deal with the people that are plotting on me for no reason? They don't even have to know you. They can see the truth. Cassie, you saw her get dragged around a hotel and beat. You heard her say she had canker sores in her mouth from the amount of sexual things that they did to her. You watched this man drag her, kick her, beat her. You watched her try to leave slowly, in pain, trying to get out quietly, and still this man dragged her, beat the hell out of her, and there's still people that are like, let him out. It's fine. You see why other survivors don't come out, right? You get it? The fear, the problems. People are too sick. I went to a church or a strip club, and these church ladies came out, and it would irritate me. It would irritate me when the church came out to the strip clubs, because they would come waving these little baggies and Bibles and they little kitten heels and little church outfits. Bible thumping, saying, you're going to hell for the things that you're going through if you don't turn your life around. I'll give you some condoms, or maybe even a toothbrush and a toothpaste, but you got to come over here and listen to Jesus, because you're going to go to hell. You going to hell. You know that, right? Because if you have that type of attitude, you going straight to hell. Don't pass go. Don't pass the gates. You're going to hell. Because if you have that attitude where you can't reflect the love of Jesus Christ to somebody else, that you got to make an ultimatum for them, you are going straight to hell with gasoline panties on. And there is nothing that anybody can do about that. Because who do you think you are to judge someone else's pain, trauma, and things that are going on that you know nothing about, but then to try to persuade them or shove Jesus at them in exchange for peace? I had this woman come out to the strip club, and I was there, and her husband brought me, but she was there because she wanted to, be there. Suck glitter in the strip club. That is a no. That is a hell no of a strip club. Okay? You do not have glitter. Why? Glitter sticks. Ladies, if you ever go on a date, here's a way to see if that man is married. Wear body glitter. See if you come back after. Wear body glitter. Because guess what? Glitter is hell to come off. Okay? So if they're getting home and they smell like Japanese cherry blossom and glitter, their wives know. So me, I can't see. Y'all know that even like right now, I'm trying to in the comments, I can't see shit. So unless my glasses or contacts are on, and when I was little, I couldn't see. But I used to get in trouble for falling off the stage, falling off the pole. I may laugh at this situation, but dark humor, okay? I had a trick that I used to do that really, and I would fall sometimes. And if you fall, you better get up, because they're going to kick your ass, okay? So I fell off the stage a few times. I'm very clumsy, and I'm not even gonna lie right now. It gets you in more trouble. It actually makes your quota go up for the night. So what I would do is sneak body glitter sometimes on my shoes, on the bottom, tip of my toes or something. So when I was walking back in the dark on the stage, I can see little things of glitter, and I could follow that right back so I didn't fall off the stage. All right? I got in trouble for that, because you're not supposed to have glitter in the club. Makes things worse. All right? At one point, I was like, either I fall off the stage or I get in trouble for the glitter. Either get in trouble for falling or get in trouble for glitter. I chose glitter. Both chooses violence. I don't know what you want me to do. I got to pick a struggle. So they came out to this club. They brought me for a private party. And then the wife was like, I told them everything when I got in the room, and when they told me what they wanted to do to me, I told them, I was like, listen, I'm a kid. Maybe that'll make you back off. And at that point in time, I had a horrible night that I was like, I'd rather get in trouble for this. But they were like, we can help you. And I'm like, no, you can't. And they're like, we really can't. I was like, okay, try. She walked out of the room. He stayed in the room. Tried to play it off so the bouncer didn't know. Then my pimp called me outside. And I went out back with them, and he handed her money. And her words to me that I will never forget was, "I am so sorry, sweetie. I have a family. I was going to help you, but I have a family." He handed her probably a few $1,000s, probably not even that. And that was enough. And I'm pretty sure he scared the hell out of her too. But that was enough for her to be like, "You got to stay. I got to go. Because I got to protect my family." If you ever watch this, if you're that female that I'm talking about, I'll remember her name. What was her name? Give me a little bit. I'll remember her name. But if it's you, your husband brought you to that club. Don't you think your family was already in danger? Your husband brought you in that club. Don't you think your kids were already in danger? You were standing in that club. Weren't you already in danger? You know, people put themselves in so many different situations. And then the second something gets scary coming from us or somebody that they put themselves in that situation and they want to holler, "I'm scared." You put yourself there. You do know that, right? Scared of what? Scared for who? Because that female had daughters and sons. And sex trafficking or rape is not the worst part. Trust me. It's really not the worst part. Not saying that I would deal with that again, but that's not the worst part. It's really not. There's things worse than that. So being beat up or being pinned down, that's not the worst part. Why do you think you're an exception? Excuse me, not you. Should have had a beat. Some people are like, "Oh, was it out? Okay, I didn't warn you, but if you needed it, there you go. Just in case if there was something that you needed that for, there you go. You got it now. You just needed to wake up a little bit." That's what I want to do. A lot of people, I can't. You know, it's the Lord. But one time I just want to move. No, some people. Some people just need one up to the face, okay? There was this TikTok sound that I found that said, "You have never been slapped at full speed," and I could tell. I could tell. Woo! I'm good. I'm good. Okay, it's fine. It's not. But what are we gonna do? What are we gonna do? Do you know how much? Do you understand how much we've lost for the truth? I don't. There has been angels, heroes that we call angels, right? People, because I was like, "Listen, you guys met us on this internet, so you know, come with me. Come with me to a doctor's appointment. Come with me to a psych eval. Come with us to go to the police. Come with us to pick up insurance, go through the evidence and see it for yourself." There's so many people that have done that now. To the point now, it's being shared on social media. How much more do you need? I know some people are so sick that you're looking for trauma porn. You want my traumatized, brutalized body in front of you. You're not going to get that. I'm not exploiting myself. If somebody releases a video of me, and I used to say that all the time, that is one of my biggest, like, I'm scared of that. One day somebody's going to release a video of me, and there's probably a video somewhere where I'm laughing. I have really dark humor now. It's the way that I cope through things. I will put this on and pretend like it is fine. It could be screwed on and you would never even know. Okay. And there were times that somebody drugged me so bad And the pain was so bad that I would start laughing. Because I'm just like, you're not going to stop until you feel better. So I would tell people, hit me again. Do whatever you're going to do to me. And if I die, I am free. You understand what I'm saying to you? I would be like you. If you kill me, at least I'm free. I would actually, and I've said this before, and I can't believe I'm going to say it again, but I would get mad at people if they died before me. That sounds really messed up. I even tasted it when I said it this time, okay? But that's really bad. But I would get upset. Like, she's dead? That's not fair. Why couldn't it have been me? So there's people who are still mad at me. And it's like, you made my debt worse. Listen to me. Listen to me when I say this to you. I am not a sex doll anymore. I am not somebody's punching bag. I am not somebody's toy. I get to choose what I want to do, what I want to eat, when or when not I want to gain weight, or when I want to lose it. I get to choose what I want to do. Not right now, things are a little bit hectic. Not exactly all the way right now, okay? We're going through a lot. But if you fight back, it's worth it. I fought back. I made a choice. They're not going to leave me alone. I'm not stupid. I'm not in denial. Not anymore. They're not going to leave us alone. I know that. I know that. People are so evil. Do you see this? These creatures and stuff are so evil that they're not going to leave me alone. I am literally somebody's drug pile. They won't leave me alone. I am somebody's drug. Have you ever tried to take a bottle away from an alcoholic? Have you ever tried to take a drug away from a drug addict? Have you ever heard about what happens when somebody takes drugs away from a drug trafficker? That don't go well. They don't leave you alone. See, there's people who feel entitled. They think that they own my soul. They think that they own my body. They think that I'm their property. And they sincerely believe that. That's how messed up they are. There are people who traumatize me that feel like you need to pamper them. And oh, you poor thing for all the abuse that you caused all this time. You poor evil thing. I get the hell. This woman that has been trying to bring me through hell gets the hell. But the people that put me through hell, everybody, it's okay. It's you poor, poor, poor evil thing. What? What? People, you just saw Diddy drag Cassie from all over the place. You just saw him beat the hell out of her. You see multiple people come forward and listen $50, all right? I am not going to applaud Mr. Five Nickels. I'm not going to do it because guess what? You sat back on that secret. You watched people be traumatized. You knew the hell that people went through, not only adults, but children. And now you want to say something? You're just as guilty. While everybody is, look what 2 quarters did. I don't care. I don't care. Why did he sit on that secret? Why isn't he talking about the children? What the hell did you wait for? What, you want another quarter? You think anybody cares about 5 dimes? I am so pissed off at the people who are like, well, he's burning it all down now. There's a Diddy documentary out. Okay, let me get this straight. In order to make that documentary, you had evidence that nobody's seen, and you just now put it out. After how many years? You were an adult in this situation. There were adults in this situation. There were young, barely 18, barely 19-year-old kids. There were minors. There were animals in this situation. And you think that now just because you're saying something that people are supposed to praise you $50? Seriously? Seriously? No. No. Hell no. Okay. You are just as guilty. Why aren't you talking about the children? How much more evidence of truth are you sitting on? Not for money, not for a media cookie, not for a Netflix documentary, not for an applaud. What other pieces of truth are you sitting on that you've watched people be murdered, beaten, and brutalized that you decided to wait till right now to say, oh, look what 50 Cent did? Really? And y'all just eating that up? Really? Can y'all hear me? Did I cut out? I probably conveniently did now. Did y'all hear that? Are you praising $50 for this new Netflix docuseries? Huh? Are you giving 2 quarters a media cookie? Are you asking, like, what the hell? Why didn't you say something? What else do you know that you're keeping from everybody? People coming forward now, I was at that party, but I left early. Okay, so when you left early, you didn't go call nobody? That night of that party, when you left and you saw that there was evil beyond evil going on, how come you didn't say shit then?
Denzel.
As an adult, Birdman, how come you didn't send a pigeon to go talk to somebody then? No? How come? How come? Are we in the same Twilight Zone? Is it us? Because it's not us. I know it ain't us. Where are you? where are you? Do you know where you are? Thank you, Wendy. Whoever went is guilty. Bam. Why aren't we talking about that? Why aren't we talking about that? Whoever went, you got all these pictures of people sitting at these parties before the lights went off. Why aren't we talking to them? Hello. Investigations, real ones. Why aren't we talking to them? Do y'all see the patterns? I know some of y'all have seen what's going on with Candace Owens and TPUSA. Come on now. Let's be real. Let's talk about this. All right? I know a lot of you have seen what's going on with Candace Owens and TPUSA. Now, Candace Owens is asking the questions that nobody really wanted to ask. When somebody usually gets murdered like that in public, there's an investigation that goes on. The place gets taped off. Police are scattered like roaches all over the place. There's investigations and interviews of anyone who was there and in that vicinity, right? Shut it down. Put cement down. The school was back open. There was no interviews. There was nothing. They wrapped that shit up so fast. He went through death, an autopsy, a funeral, broadcast, and all kinds of merchandise and everything, like less than a week. Y'all don't see the problem? I called the false flag the day before. Y'all remember that? I told you guys that false flag's gonna be big. And then it happened. And then my mom and I were like, we want to send our condolences, because a false flag does not mean that somebody didn't get hurt. A false flag means that it is an orchestrated, plotted, and planned distraction from something else. So that doesn't mean that somebody didn't get hurt. That means that it was plotted, planned, and orchestrated to be put in somebody's face and staged in a way that everybody is, look over here, don't look over there. All right? But now we're crying on stages that our tears are not even coming out. Y'all done seen my snot bubbles. Y'all done seen my chapped lips. Y'all done seen when I cried and the tears are just drying and it's just, But this woman got smudge-proof eyeliner that is blowing my mind. All right? What she needs to be doing is running a campaign for that eyeliner, that mascara that she has on. Because not one time you put on that much mascara and then try to cry. You gonna look like a raccoon. Especially if you're white, right?
Yeah, me fit.
Right? Right? Is it me? Don't go sideways with me. Just ask the questions. Where's the eyeliner on the tissue? Go. I want you to count how many times you can play a drinking game for how many times she wipes. If he played a drinking game for how many times he. Have you ever tried to wear that much eyeliner? I don't care if you got a waterproof, expensive, rich brand. Can we just stop right there and just be like, hold on. Your husband just got murdered in cold blood. Why are we doing so many shows? Aren't you pregnant? Where are your children? If my husband was just murdered in cold blood like that, screw the interviews. Give me a minute to make sure that my kids stay safe. Somebody just killed him. So that means that they want you too. My kids wouldn't leave my side at that point. Right? So isn't something a little bit off? Now, when Candace started asking these questions, at first I was backed up. I never had any issues with Candace. We contacted Candace when somebody tried to put out an interview. I won't say this name. But this man tried to make an ultimatum on his platform. I did an interview with someone, and it was in regards to the I call them kennels, but it's shipping containers. And so somebody made this clickbait, rage bait type of thing and put it over the interview and said the interview was theirs. Candace Owens reposted it. This was back in 2021. All right. And then, I don't know if you know, but you can scroll on down. I had everybody like, hey, if you've been here from the beginning, you remember that. I was like, can everybody help me flag down Candace Owens? Because I just tried to ask this man to take it down. And he told me only if you do an interview with me. But I don't do ultimatums. Don't you ever. Don't threaten me. And don't you give me an ultimatum. Okay? You want to be evil? Cool. But don't you dare think that you're going to give me this or that so you can stop your evil shit. No, you got the wrong one. So we got on here and I said, hey, can everybody help me flag down Candace Owens and Sidney Powell because they just shared something that's not real. I got enough of my life that already sounds crazy to people who don't know what this means. Okay? So if you don't understand this life already, I don't need you adding extra rage bait, clickbait to that. So can you help me tag Candace Owens and at least tell her that's not real? I can give you the real stuff, but that one is not real. We tagged her up. At the time, she was going off on JoJo Siwa, and I was like, okay. Okay, never mind. Fine. I know that somebody took it down, but there was no contact from there. And at the time, she was talking about JoJo Siwa, so I was like, all right, so we're not talking about heavy stuff. So I'm just gonna back up. Had no issues, done nothing, right? Now, Candace is bringing the heaviness to the table. She's been on MK Ultra. She's talking about handlers. She's now digging into things for herself and for her friend, right? In a way that's causing the same patterns. Do y'all see the same patterns that we get? People are calling her crazy and a liar. They've threatened her. She's had to send her information into the White House to say somebody threatened me. And the White House is not responding to that. That bothers us. That's scary. You know that, right? For anybody, that should be scary. That should be very scary for anybody. But all the patterns are the same. Do you remember when somebody told me, "Come, we'll send out these SUVs. If you were here in 2020, we'll send out these SUVs. We just need you guys to get in them. We're not telling you where they're going. We're just gonna just get in them." We were like, hell no. We even showed y'all the screenshot of where it came from and took a poll and said, would you get in? Now, Candace has called them out so bad on TPUSA and started questioning the things that they should be questioning. If they mad at Candace, shouldn't they be mad at the FBI? Because the FBI is not running the investigations they need to do. Cash. Instead, he's worried about the cash that it takes to fly his girlfriend somewhere. Cash. That's your FBI that's using taxpayer money for a booty call. That's what we got. This is what we got to work with. Okay? Kash Patel is using taxpayers' money for a booty call. For an airplane ride with his girlfriend. While we got the Epstein files going on, and Candace Owens is saying, hey, I just went and tracked down the money trail and the people who are trying to kill me. They're coming from France. If something happens to me, hello, Trump, Kash Patel, Dan Bongino, you gonna help me? Silence. Now they told her, you know what? Come on over here to TPUSA and we're going to do an interview and address all those questions. But they're lies. They're lies. Okay, so if they're lies, sue her. If they're lies and if they're false, why do you want to do an interview? What's the point of doing an interview with her if it's false? Huh? What sense does that make? She spread so much false allegations over here. Okay, so what's the point of an interview? Oh, that's false. Why would you want her in the same room with you if that's false? What would you invite her to your studio in person for if that's false? And if all this is false and all this is going on, then all of a sudden you want to invite her to the studio, that don't look suspicious or shady? That don't look weird? As Candace says, fake and gay? That don't sound weird? I was backed up from Candace, and now I'm like, who Candace? Okay. You guys don't see the patterns? Someone said I wouldn't go if I was her. Exactly. Why? What? Why? Why wouldn't you go if you were her? Why? Why wouldn't you go? Does that not sound like somebody's plotting on your life? They're gonna kill her. Thank you. They wouldn't do it in public, but you know, if a car stopped working, if there was an accidental car accident, or an overdose, or an accidental fire, or an explosion,
Right on the building.
or if there's something on the building, or if she just doesn't make it there, and then you know it's not their fault, then what? Do you guys not see the patterns? So they do this with everybody. Yeah, somebody said all of a sudden she gets sick. Yep, have a health issue that she didn't even know about, all because somebody sprinkled something on a counter and she may have touched it. That sound weird? Just answer the damn question. How about that? How about give the same energy over to the FBI that's not running the same investigations that she's doing? How about that? How about that? But no, come in. How about you just come in? You know what? We don't believe you. This is what they sound like. I'm gonna just do an impression of what I feel like they sound like. You tell me if this sounds the same, okay? I don't believe you. I think you're full of shit. I think all the things that you're saying is wrong and a lie and slander and defamation. But come here, let me talk to you for a minute. Just come here. You just gotta come this way. Let me just talk to you for a little bit. But I think that you're lying, and I think this is getting out of control. And I was gonna ignore it, but now it's gonna. But just come here for a second. Just come here. I just want to talk to you. You don't see the pattern? You don't hear it? Is that not what you see us going through too? Come here. Let me just talk to you for a second. I hate you. But come here. Let me just talk to you for a second. Let me just talk to you with no cameras in the room. Come here. Come here for a second. Let me just get you over here, and we'll talk about what you want to talk about. But I don't think it's real. But come here. Let me just talk to you for a second. You're getting too loud about that over there. So can you just come on this side and let's talk about it? You don't hear it? That's what they didn't really want to talk to her. That's why they announced the date at midnight and gave her 24 hours to respond. What does it sound like when somebody says, I'm giving you 24 hours? If you told me something and I hurried up and said, you got 24 hours to respond to me. Does that sound welcoming? Do you not feel like we're in the Twilight Zone? You got 24 hours. That sounds like a ransom note from a movie. You either give me that money in 24 hours or else. Or else what? Or else what exactly? Break it down for me like I'm 5. What's going to happen in 24 hours? Someone said maybe they planned a picnic. Maybe. Don't do that, because some people don't understand sarcasm, sis. Don't do that. They're not planning a picnic, for those of you who don't understand this. Yeah, there's a picnic. A picnic. That's the picnic she's talking about. Picnic. That's what she's That's what she's talking about. They just want to give her a hug. They just want to give her a hug right around the neck. A tight one. That's all. Just a hug. That's the same thing they wanted with us. Just get in the SUVs. Just get in them. Don't tell your followers either. Just get in them. Wait, what? Don't tell anybody else. Just get in the car. Where are we going? You don't need to know. Just get in. just get in. Who's the driver? We ain't gonna tell you that part either. Just get in the car. Someone said they may make it a movie. That's how sick they are. Oh, they already did. It's already a movie. 1,000 times over. Someone said time to go paddleboarding in some shallow water. Yep. Exactly that. Exactly that. Couldn't hold on to the board. He was tall enough. He was tall enough to hold on to the board, but drowned in shallow water. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Y'all don't see the patterns? You guys really don't see. And, where can... Seriously. You don't see it? This is why other survivors won't tell you anything. Virginia tried. Look what happened. I could keep going on. The list keeps going on, but look what happens. For any survivor watching this, it's worth it to have your voice. But you got to be smart. You got to fight back. I'm not saying that there will be a happily ever after. There's not. I want my life back. It's going to be hell to get it back. I know it is. When somebody sees that I'm happy, they want to destroy it. Whether I say, listen, look what I'll do right here. I'll say, look at this Coke can. I love this Coke can. Somebody will be like, that's it, kill all Cokes. Anytime you see somebody with this can right here, that's it, kill them too. That's how it works. Who has been threatened on my platform that's sitting here right now? You can put up a fire emoji. Raise your hand. Who else has been the victim of me saying, I like this Coke can? And now you're standing there with this Coke can, and now you're in trouble. Let me make this in a way that for those who don't do no sarcasm, let me help you. When I said save the children, I meant all of them. I don't just mean the ones in cages. I don't just mean the ones under our feet. I don't mean just the ones that are victims. I mean the ones in your home. I mean the ones in your backyard. I mean your inner child. And because I said, hey, save the children, and you may have said it too, they're like, that's it. You got to go too. That's it. That's it. You're done too. You didn't even have to be in the same ring with us. You just commented on here and they were like, that's it. Nope. You want to know why? Because they believe that those lies that they fed to the fear to the victim that they have fed, that victim believes that. They're triggered by that. They bank on that. They want you to believe that too. So the second you said, hey, save the children, you're now their problem. Do you understand what I'm saying? You do, because some of y'all have had somebody on your property. You got people doxing you right now, making up stories about people. All because you said, hey, I'm with them. You don't even have to believe my story. But locally, have you looked at the news? Have you tried to check how many kids are missing around you? This is really a problem. Nope, you got to go to now. Mm-mm. Do you not see the patterns? Who's been in a domestic violence relationship? Anybody? What is the first thing that's that red flag that the predator tries to do? They want to get you away from who? Who knows this? Because there's somebody that's been through this. The first thing they try to do is get you away from who? What are they going to do? This is the interactive portion. I'm waiting for the comment. Somebody said for over a decade. I'm sorry. Family and friends. Exactly. The people who what? Care about you. People who are going to say, hey, something's not right. I see something that's weird. That's not adding up. He's not supposed to treat you like that. That she is not supposed to be doing that. That doesn't make any sense to me. And then the next thing that they know, your loved ones for all survivors are a liability, right? Because then your loved ones start telling you, hey, maybe it's time for you guys to take some space, or hey, maybe this is not okay, or hey, and then that predator is like, you see, they don't care about you, they don't love you, they don't want us together. Then you start to believe them because you're scared. You start to believe them because you want them to love you. You start to believe them because you don't want the anger, the rage, whatever is boiling in them, you don't want it to spill over and hit the person that you love. And you don't want that loved one to start asking too many questions. So what do? You isolate from who? People who love you. And the more that you isolate from them, the more that predator starts to burn it into your head that they don't love you. They're not happy for you. They don't want the best for you. Right? And then you believe them until things get so out of control. And then you start to believe the who? The family and the friends that try to help you. If you're out and about and you've ever been in a domestic relationship, I've gotten hit. I was assaulted on the Luxor escalator in front of everybody. And that's not the only place. I got hurt in a Buffalo Wild Wings parking lot in Eastvale, California, and there were people walking around the car. Okay? But if I got out of the car and somebody popped me in the face or shoved me or yelled at me too much and somebody looked, then I'm in trouble because now somebody's staring. If they came over to ask a question and say, hey, wait a minute, calm down, don't grab her like that. Who is that predator now mad at? Are they mad at you or are they mad at the person that just said something? Somebody said, in my case, he would threaten immigration of my family. Eventually, I isolated from them too. It's sad. I'm sorry. But you do that, to protect your family. It's a coping mechanism too. It's a protection that comes out of you. Like, it's either me or them. So if a predator does something to you in public and the person comes over, then they're mad at who? You. So in your head, you did something wrong. You start questioning every single one of your actions that pissed them off. Right? The audacity for you to make a face or be scared comes into your head like, why did I do that? And then that person is wrong. And if that person starts to poke a little too much, like, hey, something's seriously wrong, you need some help. Who's now in danger? Not just you, but who else? You get all their rage when you get home? Oh my God, yes. But who else are they mad at? It's not just you. Who else are they gonna be mad at? Who are they gonna threaten? Because now they're looking at that person like, you can't be trying to help them. You can't be trying to help them get out. You can't try to help them know that this is not okay. You can't try to help them realize that this is not the way life is supposed to go. You can't try to help them realize that this is abuse. You can't do that. You can't tell them the truth. So who is now a problem? The person who helped. And who else is a problem? That person's what? Family and friends. If they continue and if they try to insist on helping you, then they're going to threaten who? Remember that lady I just told you about the strip club? Sweetie, I have a family. So clearly he threatened your whole family. Clearly. Clearly. Right? Do y'all get why I'm saying that other survivors can't come forward? Because they're like, who's going to not be shaken? Like, are you going to waver? Are you going to shake? Are you going to get too scared because of the noise that they're making? Are you going to get too scared because of the threats that are coming out? Are you going to get too scared because the questions that raise? Are you going to get too scared because one day the anger, the rage, the abuse, the evil that they're taking out on me, they'll eventually do it to who? You. And who else? That's why other survivors don't tell you the truth. That is why they don't want to tell. That is why we keep going in circles with these Epstein files. That is why people are like Kash Patel are using taxpayer dollars for a plain booty call instead of using those taxpayer dollars for investigations on the truth about who was buying children. That's why Bondi has went from they're on my desk to the truckload just was on my desk to the truck was on my desk to now it disappeared to now we don't have them to they don't exist to we'll unlock them a little bit to it's not even that serious to survivors if you want to come talk to me. Talk to you about what? Pamela. Really, Pamela? Talk to you about what? Who is supposed to trust you, Pamela? You don't trust you. Your own people can't get their shit straight. You don't even remember the lies you told. The truth is consistent. The truth doesn't change. So if she had the truckload on her desk, why are we waiting for 30 more days? And why hasn't somebody asked Pamela, what's going to take you 30 days when it didn't exist? When they were on your desk, when they were in the truck, when the truck unloaded on your desk, when they didn't exist anymore. Then even when Donald, don't even get me started on Donald. Donald Trump was like, why are we still talking about Epstein? Because, sir, we still didn't get to the bottom of it. I don't give a shit about the mass hysteria. I don't care about the amount of people who are like, you know what, this is my idol is in trouble and I don't know how I'm going to be able to deal with this. Whoa! How about the fact that there's victims out here dealing with this? all the same patterns of their abusers. Someone said, like, we just don't forget. They really expected y'all to. Seriously.
It's worked in the past.
It has. It's the patterns. The patterns of the past. Everybody's, when Jay-Z was in a trafficking case, he told the judge, shut the case down. The judge told him, you don't tell me what to do in my courtroom. Well, apparently he could, because the case got shut down when he was in trouble for raping 2 5-year-old twin girls. Did y'all know that about Jay-Z? Did you know he already had a case that got dismissed? Did you know that? Look it up. But see, Jay-Z has power. You see the abusers that we just talked about here, okay? Those are even small abusers. Do you see how much power they have? Do you see how much power and pull that they have? To tell you to close your mouth, to tell you not to say anything, to make you scared enough to walk away from your family and your friends, to isolate you from your own loved ones, to make your own loved ones not even speak up for you. Do you understand how much pull and power that the small people have? Now, the people who were asking, why didn't Cassie just leave? Look how rich and powerful Sean Combs is. Look how rich and powerful R. Kelly is. Look how rich and powerful Snoop Dogg is. Look how rich and powerful Oprah is. Now, let's talk about the connections to Oprah. Tyler Perry, judges, doctors, major powerful players in the industries all over the place. If your regular, everyday abuser has that much power over you and your family and friends, how much power do you think $50, Oprah, Obama, Hillary, Steven Tyler, Tyler Perry, how much power do you think that they have? Did you know Tyler Perry was in the middle of a sexual assault case? Did you know that? Did you know that some of the people that worked for him came out and said some of the movies that were made were based off of the abuse from him? So he basically made a movie telling you guys, multiple Tyler Perry movies that everybody was laughing at, taking in, going to see. And at one point, I was guilty of that. Do you understand? Because I used to love me some Madea. So I'm speaking from experience that I got played too, just as much as you did. My mama used to love her some Madea. Do you know that some of those Madea plays were made off of the abuse that Tyler Perry did? I thought Tyler Perry was going to be better than that because he came from a place where he slept in his car. He has DID, which is the reason why you can hear Madea and see Tyler at the same time. He has DID, which is the reason why he plays multiple characters like Eddie Murphy. And what's his name that did Genie? What's his name? What's his name that played the genie on Aladdin?
Robin Williams.
Robin Williams. They have alters. They've even expressed that. Tyler Perry told you guys that he has alters.
He described it on a talk show once.
Yeah.
He said, I think he was being beat and he was holding on to the chain link fence as a little boy, and he saw himself leave his body. That's splitting.
Yeah.
That's what splitting looks like, and that's what it sounds like when somebody's describing it.
So he's made movies, Diary of a Mad Black Woman, and so on and so forth, based on things that were done to him. And then he turned it around when he got famous and somebody got him and started making movies of his own abuse that he was doing to everybody else.
Well, if you had to look for the patterns in that, he was probably chosen to be famous because he had the DID in place already and it's easy to manipulate.
Perry talks about his own essay on Oprah. Yeah. And somebody took that and latched onto it and said, ooh, we're going to turn your pain into a billboard. And people don't even know what they're watching. They just eating it up. Go look it up. There was a case that I'm sure got dropped. Why? Why? Do y'all understand what I'm saying to you? This is the things that's going on. Dan Bongino, if you go back to 2020, 2021, Dan Bongino was yelling, release the files, and I don't care what it takes, and I'm not going to budge. I'm not going to waver. I won't be shaken. I'm not going to move from trying to tell y'all to release the files. Somebody got a hold of him, and he was standing behind there doing the nigga scratch, just staring like, the files don't exist. What happened? What happened, Dan? What really happened? Because that's not what you were just... Who scared the hell out of you, Dan? That's my question. They all flip. Yes.
Again, why survivors don't tell. There's nobody to trust.
And the people that were supposedly trustworthy, you know how I talked about all that betrayal in the beginning? The same rhetoric that if you go back in 2020, 2021 and you go watch Dan Bongino, the whole presence he was giving then is not the same presence he's giving now. So for those who believed him then and trusted him and decided to give him information, he flipped on them. And that's not true. That's exactly what I was just telling y'all in the beginning. We had people that sat with us that I am here for you. I can't believe this is happening. This is just evil. I couldn't imagine somebody doing this to anybody. And now you're the one doing it. You see why you don't hear from other survivors, right? Unless there's arrest, we're not getting anywhere. We are taking major steps towards putting the truth out there. But because why are we putting out transcripts and court documents? Is anybody going to ask the question of, like, they're saying, oh, well, Epstein's transcripts just released and now everybody can read them. Screw reading them. Arrest somebody. The hell do we need to read? What does the people need to read? If you're not going to arrest somebody, we can release all these files. You know what they're doing? You know why? That's called a false flag. Remember, we talked about that definition in the beginning. Plotted, planned, orchestrated, staged to make you do what? Look over there. Don't look over here. Because now, the second that those files and all these transcripts and stuff get released, now everybody's like, I gotta read these things. I gotta read. Screw reading them. Arrest somebody. You're going to tell me you have all this information to release to the world and redact it, but you're not going to arrest somebody? You have the power to dig up things that didn't exist to other people, but you're not going to arrest somebody? You can look at things and then decide whether or not to redact something. If you redacted something, that means you have enough proof to get somebody. More than one person. But you want the people to read what? Read what? It's a theater. The world is a stage. And they know that the people are stupid. The people are you and me. I am just as guilty as believing like, oh no, it's once they release that, it's going to be okay. No, it's not. What do we need to read? What do we need to read? The next time they release a transcript, okay, good. You have all this. You sat down with Ghislaine Maxwell. You had hours and hours and hours of minutes and transcripts to release to the people. She gave you information from a jail. And we didn't arrest anybody? Kash Patel, you had enough money to take your girlfriend on a booty call, but you didn't have enough money to go get somebody. You have victims that are dealing with their predators and the people that tag on to be a predator. And you're not going to go get somebody? We don't get to breathe because he's going on a booty call with his Chinese girlfriend. You have victims that are still under our feet that are being brutalized and tortured, but you wanted to go on a plane ride with your girlfriend? You released transcripts to the people and told them to read it so they'll be distracted and busy. That's like putting a movie on for a toddler while you're trying to clean the house. That's what they just did. That's what they're doing every time they hand the people something. They put a movie on for a toddler and give you a snack. Here's some Cheerios and some Fruit Loops and a toy. Go watch Nemo. Don't look at that. Just don't look over here, okay? Look over that. Don't look at this. I'm trying to cook over here, and I need you guys to just look over there. You don't see that? Y'all don't see that we in... I don't... What the... Come on. Ugh. And then I'm like, you know, how many times do we have to reiterate? Everybody's like, how come you're not dead yet? I don't know, God. We won't sit still so you guys can see a dead man switch come out. That's for damn sure.
There's patterns to that. Go look at everybody that got killed.
Yeah.
Go see what their patterns were. We don't do that.
Isn't there always a FedEx driver? A judge? There's a pattern.
We move very erratically.
There's a pattern to everything. I don't care where you are. I don't care what country you're from. I don't care if you're from here in the States. I don't care if you're from France. I don't care if you're from Canada. I don't care if you're from the UK. All the patterns are the same. They're predictable. And because they've been doing the same thing and they don't expect the people to understand that the patterns are predictable, then they just keep handing the same thing and distracting you from it. And everybody eats that right up. Next thing you know, there's a virus. And everybody's like, oh, snap. See, I don't want to get sick. I don't want this. I don't want my kids to get sick. Or there's a natural disaster that burns everything around, that doesn't burn everything around you, but only burns the center. There's a fire or something. And conveniently, that fire only touches what they needed to touch. It doesn't touch the grass that's around it. It doesn't singe anything that it doesn't need to be. They don't need to be singed. Hawaii. They'll flood a place, and the next thing you know, everybody's too distracted because they like, oh, my house. Now it is what? Personal. I got to take care of my home. I got to take care of my kids. I don't know how I'm going to put food on the table. There's floods everywhere. I don't want that to happen to me. So now what are you doing? Look over there. Don't look over here. False flag. Doesn't mean people are not hurt. Doesn't mean people aren't going through things. It means that it was orchestrated, planned, staged, plotted for you to be what? Distracted. You get what I'm saying? And people still don't see it. I know a lot of you see it, but we're still going in circles because people don't see it. You understand what I'm saying? I'm not talking to those of you who are like, I know. I ain't talking to you. I'm talking to the people that called you a conspiracy theorist. I'm talking to the people that called you crazy and said you need to get off the internet. I'm talking to the people who said that can't be real because that doesn't sound real. I'm talking to the people who said, I don't know if I can believe that because it's not on the mainstream media that has the same script for everything else. That's what I'm talking to. I'm talking to those family members that said, you can't sit at our table because we have different opinions in this vaccination. Listen, I understand if for those of you who have like been so sick that you're like, I had to do it because I didn't want to get sick. That's called fear. And the same way I just described to you how it works for domestic violence abusers and predators to instill fear, our government is a predator. Do you understand what I'm saying to you? They instill fear and you go along with it, and they give you all this junk. You're going to get sick, this airborne disease. We're going to have to swab you anally because this is what's going to happen. You can't stand 6 feet too close. Don't even go down the aisleway. There's a sticker on the floor. I'm going to need you to go down that one. You can't go down the aisle wrong because COVID is going to get you. There's going to be a curfew for COVID, And at 5 o'clock, COVID knows that you need to be in the house. So therefore, if you're out before 5 o'clock, you'll be all right. But if you're out after 5 o'clock, then it's a very smart disease and it's going to clock you upside the head. Who believed that? Who believed it? The government is your abuser. Do you understand what I'm saying? And they made everybody else go into a store and WWE you over what they believed. You had people that were going straight up body slam in Bath and Body Works, Walmart, and Target, in Whole Foods, and in Trader Joe's, talking about you need to protect me. You didn't check the ingredients on the food you just ate, but you want me to protect you. You didn't check the ingredients on the dick you just got, but you want me to protect you. Sorry. You didn't check. You're putting other things in your body that's not healthy for you. But because the government told you that I'm wrong, because I feel like I'm okay, and you feel like what they've been telling you is not okay, you're attacking me. Do you see? Okay, let's go back to the domestic violence abusers. You know that family that you left, that we just talked about? Those people that are survivors. Your family's trying to tell you, hey, get away from this person. Hey, this is not supposed to be okay. Hey, something's not right. That's not adding up. Those are the people who were trying to tell you, hey, I'm not putting a mask on because it doesn't make sense for this to be an airborne disease, and you can still see my breath come out of a mask. If you can still smell a fart 6 feet away through that mask that you're wearing, that floral printed mask that you got to match your outfit, then it's not protecting you.
Well, so if you Google sterile technique, so if you're going to have surgery, the doctor has to scrub his hands. He can't touch anything. They got to put the gloves on a specific way, do the surgery. He's got to keep his hands up. He can't touch anything because if you touch the doorknob, if you scratch your head, those gloves are contaminated. Now you got to start all over again. So with the whole reason COVID was bullshit was because people were putting their mask on, getting out of the car, touching the doorknobs, touching this, touching that, taking their mask back off, putting it in their purse, pulling it out again to wear it into the next store. You've already cross-contaminated. So if it was really that serious, you've just infected your own self and you've infected everything around you. There was no way to keep it.
Do you see the dust on your dashboard in your car? You realize that people had their mask hanging from their rear view mirrors on their dashboard? If you have allergies, let me turn my comments back on. The major thing that I'm allergic to, I'm gonna give you a little classified information, is what? Dust. Dust, right? Who's allergic to dust? Who will start sneezing up a storm? It don't even have to be grass. It don't have to be any of that. Who's allergic to dust? Pollen. Okay? And you got people driving down dusty roads, pollen, and all of that dust and particles are on their dashboard. And then you had masks hanging from the dashboard. And then they would put the mask on from the dust and pollen on their dashboard and then start sneezing. And nobody had allergies or a cold. If you slipped and fell, it was COVID. If you cut your arm in the kitchen, it was COVID. If you get where we're coming from, you don't smell what we stepping in, you don't get it. You see the patterns? You see the patterns in our government just like domestic abusers. You see the patterns in our government just like the predators that are telling everybody to shut up. You don't need the Epstein file. Shh. You don't need to know who the buyers of children were. Just look over there. Just go look over there. You don't see the predators are like, stop talking, or else you and everybody else is talking. I'm gonna sue you, and I'm gonna kill you, and we're going to follow you, and we're going to stalk you, and we're going to harass you, and we're going to put your face up on profiles, and we're going to call you names. You don't see that? You don't see how people like TPUSA and Candace, the back and forth that they're doing, you don't see people bunching up, trying to herd mentality each other over the truth. You don't see that? You don't see it the same way they did it with COVID, when they had people WWEing people in the store. You don't see that? I think the veil is lifting. That part I'm grateful for. The veil has lifted. It's lifting. It's slowly lifting. But it's lifting way faster than it ever has. Very slow, but faster than it ever has.
Well, evil's still using their same tactics. There's literally patterns and almost a template of what evil does. Once you learn that, you can navigate around stuff so quick. Like if you tell me there was a school shooting, I can look at like 4 or 5 things and it fits right into the pattern. And if you ever have the chance to go to the book depository in Dallas, Texas, where they have the whole JFK thing, if you look at the patterns through the exhibits that they have of that shooting and how they came to find whatever his name was, Oswald, if you go and look through all those patterns and then go to your most recent shooting, mass shooting, the Las Vegas shooting, it's almost an exact template. Like, I can't stress that to you enough. Once you learn that, you'll see it immediately. It's like speaking a whole other language.
Questions I need answers. So we need a divorce from the gaslighting relationship we have with the government. That part. I want out.
It's not you, it's me.
Yeah. Someone else adopt us, please. All of us. All of us need to be adopted by somebody else that got some damn sense. It's ridiculous. And then when it doesn't work too much, they start putting it in cartoons and they backwards bully the children. Because then you got the kids going to school like, hey, it was in my cartoon that you need to protect me and I need to protect you. You had kids talking about the election. I can't even begin to express to you how many 5-year-olds I've seen working as a choreographer and a dance teacher, that I had people coming to me like, hey, there's 2 kids not getting along. They come out of the same household. One's dark-skinned black, one's biracial, and her own cousin is yelling Black Lives Matter at her. What? What? What?
Well, and part of that template is to keep everybody divided. So if they can poke you to be Black Lives Matter, they can poke you for this or for that, just to keep everybody divided, nobody will ever get on the same page.
Mm-hmm.
It's a false flag in itself. It's a false flag and a false flag.
You got the black community attacking the black community. You got the white community being at fault for every damn thing. And honestly, there's so much dirt in every single community. Every single community. But we won't talk about the real dirt. Can't do that. No, can't do that.
The only thing that I see that will unite everyone, religious, race, sex, whatever,
Children.
is the children. If everybody could get on the children page, be game over for all the bullshit.
Do you see how much evil people can do? Look how much energy it takes to go back and forth with somebody. Look how much energy it takes to dox and to hate people. How much energy it takes to slander and defame people. How much energy it takes to be just nasty. If people put that much energy into fighting for the children, those people that are like, I need to create a safe space. You got to call me exactly what I need you to call me because I'm trying to create a safe space. Can you create that same safe space for children? Because you know what? Like, I've seen some people create safe spaces and I'm like, I'm starting to feel like I'm talking about those people who are like, I identify as a chair today and I need you to do that with me. Okay. I identify as a demi-curious, non-binary, all the time alien, plus half of an identity is a chair. Listen, I have DID. So there are sometimes I say we. I'm talking about we. There are sometimes my mom will say they. She's talking about they. So the pronoun things have been twisted. Okay? So now we have those people who are like, I identify as a seaweed or a cat. Do you understand the amount of things that they're putting in children's head? We now have litter boxes at some schools where they're telling children, they're telling the parents, you can't stand in, you gave them life. But you can't come against the fact if they want to chop off their private parts or identify as an animal. So therefore, we're going to put litter boxes in the schools so that they can run around and act as animals or identify as dogs and cats and licking their paws and wearing leashes. I have no issue. Okay, I have been with everything. I have had to be with everything. I've been forced to be with man, female, robot, animals. Okay? So I don't give a shit what you believe in, who you love, or what you decide to do in your bedroom, as long as it does not involve a child or an animal. But do you see how much they have forced people to believe into something that they're like, you have to. Somebody said they want to pervert anything wholesome. Exactly. Because there's people, gay guys are my best friends. Okay, we can go shopping together. All right, I have no issue with anyone who looks in the mirror and says, I don't see myself, because I didn't for a minute either. That is also called DID. When you look in the mirror and you say, I am stuck in a body that is not mine, that's called DID. Programming from someone who wants you to believe that you are not you. You understand what I'm saying to you? You know those people who are in the wrong era. Those people who look in the mirror and they're a dude, but they believe they're a female. That is called alters. But guess what? There's no money for that. Big Pharma can't bank off of that. There's no medication for that.
Psychology can't bank off of that.
There's no industry. That can make money off of that. None. So instead, we're going to try their best to pervert it, tweak it. Come on, guys. Think about it. Just think about it. Think about everything. And when you think about everything, I want you to know that all roads lead to what? Trafficking. All roads will lead back to the children. All of them. The trauma that comes from saying, I don't see myself in the mirror. When I look in the mirror, I may be a woman, but I see a man, or I may be a man, but I see a woman. Who did what to you? Who tweaked that part in your brain to make you believe that you are someone you are not? That is called a predator's motive. We had people that would grab us and then tell me you are somebody else today. And I need you to believe that and to act accordingly. And if you do not, I will beat you. Somebody will kill you. For them to cope with the evil that they're doing to you, I need you to be somebody else. It's not them, it's you. So when you finally walk away from that, that is still there. The body keeps score. Trauma doesn't go away. You can't band-aid it and you can't take a pill for it. What was done, whether it was big or small, you can't just erase that. That makes you grow different. It makes you walk different. It makes your brain different. It makes you move different. And it either makes you choose, like we talked about in the beginning, generational trauma. It either makes you choose that you want to be that person, or you don't want to be anything of what they want you to be. That's your choice. However, trauma changes you. Period, point blank. Some people that have been abused by men their whole life do not want men to touch them. So what do? They go towards females. If you've been abused by females your whole entire life, even if you're a man and you've been so abused by females, now you don't want females to have shit to do with you, so you go towards the dudes. No matter which way you dig, no matter where you go, you can always dig back into somebody's past and see there was trauma there. Someone did something that changed them. Some people, I was born this way. No. Somebody changed you. Racism is taught. I've had so many nieces and nephews. Y'all know. Listen, look at my look at my bloodline right now. Okay? Bam. So, our skin, I know, to you, looks the same. However, for those who don't understand sarcasm, I'm black, she's white. We've had so many different issues and backwards racism, but racism is taught. If you go up to a baby and ask them, what color are you? And if they don't know their colors, they won't be able to tell you. They just know that you're another human being. Whether you're going to be nice or mean is what they're focusing on. They don't see you by color. They don't know you by politics. They don't care about what religion you have. They don't know whether you believe in Jesus or Buddha, Allah or Mary. They don't care. They just want to know, are you going to abuse them? Are you hurting them? Are you being nice to them? That's a baby's mentality. They don't know anything. If they don't know their colors, they don't see white and black. They don't know that. Racism is taught. You're not born that way. If you get a dog, do you see how animals adjust? Animals are better parents than real parents sometimes. I'm telling you right now, animals, we don't deserve animals. Because an animal will adapt. If you go into a pet adoption right now, do animals speak Spanish? No, they're taught that. So if a Spanish family goes and gets a dog that lived with a black family, they now have to readjust to the language. You now have to teach them siéntate. You now have to teach them words so they can understand you from the family that they just came from. Racism is taught. You are not born that way. That's a lie. From your predator, from your domestic abusing government. Animals adapt. Okay? Babies adapt. Based on what you teach them. And again, we're back to that generational trauma that if you had somebody that in your life that was racist as hell, you just passed it down to them. Or you can break the chain and stop that. Like, I don't... You know what? This is not the way that I wanted to do this live either. See, this keeps happening to me. I was going to come on here and talk to y'all about all the good things. And being a choreographer, I'm going to post my dance videos in a little bit. I can't post everything. I wanted to talk to y'all about all those things. And then we just went swerve. That's exactly what happened on Truth Be Told, too. I swear to you, that was not the way that was supposed to go. Okay, they did. We have 2 interviews. We actually have another interview coming up this Friday. They have so much evidence. They have a book of evidence piled up that I gave them. I was like, we're going to talk about this. We're going to talk about that. You can show this. I don't give a damn about that. And then it took a whole other turn. All right? I'm sorry. No, I'm not. But we're going to turn around again. We're going to turn again because Lord have mercy. I don't know how many ways. Sometimes I just want to, don't you get it? Scoot over. Don't you get it? I don't know. It's fine. It's fine. Don't you feel like you're just like constantly like Ugh. Because I do. I do. All the time. All right? I just feel like every time I try to move forward, it's just like against a wall. It's fine. We could talk for years. We could talk for years and hours and hours and hours and hours and hours. Moko, I love you too. Man, I love you and thank you for loving me. Thank you for seeing me. Greetings from Sweden. Woo! Wow. Thank you. Someone said I just wear a helmet now. I mean, it doesn't stop the headache though. Like, I get it. Someone said we get it. Preaching to the choir. I'm sorry. I'm not even trying to preach to you. I'm not talking to you. I know you know. It's fine. It's fine. Okay. I just want my life back because I feel like this is the problem. I am only 31 years old. Okay. So in my 31 years of life, I know all the patterns since I was a kid. Hey, from the UK. Wow, and you speak so much truth, hon. Thank you so much for knowing our name, and thank you for being here. We love you. Can't even believe. Here's what I do want to talk about. And Miracle and I, we're going to do an interview. I have 2 interviews coming up this weekend with Truth Be Told, Dustin Faulkner and Beverly Gillen. And then I have another one with Miracle Sims on GSL, God, Sex, and Love YouTube. And, I was talking about this with my sister friend Miracle. And she was like, again, she hit me with the question right before we got to Georgia. She's like, sis, when is the war over for you? And I know she was probably like, girl, let it go. No, I'm not. Because it was your fault that good things are going to come. I'm just kidding. I love you. I love you, Miracle. We love Miracle. Right? But she hit us with, when is the war over for you? Because I've seen, a lot of people have seen some stuff that I have not been able to show the world. You guys have seen my wounds so much that you haven't seen me. And I think we need to make a whole separate video because if you're watching this, you're going to be like, woo, on top of everything you just said, we're going to talk about this. I know, but it is what it is. Real life. Okay. I mean, there's people teaching kids things that are just not okay. So if you, people are doing drag queen story hour with drag queens that got dildos out. If I can't talk to you about what's going on and tell you some positives, then why is that app? Anywho, okay, listen, I love what I do. I love what I did. Before I moved to the good stuff, somebody said we're all over the world with your baton, sis. Oh my God. That's the #1 comment. I love that. That just gave me goosies. Thank you. I'm trying to just throw it. Keep going, please, because I need a second to slow down. We have been like, woo, woo, for the last 5 years. We ain't had no time to pass the baton. We've just been like, go. And we're tired. All right. We're, there's a finish line, but we are going to meet y'all over there. There is a finish line. Okay. And thank you so much because we're not saying that we're done. We're saying that we're done in this way as of December. It's December 30th. Okay. December 30th. I don't know what's going to change. I don't know what's going to happen, but I'm done digging in my wounds. Now, I put up a Q&A. If you guys have the chance to watch my Instagram stories, I'm going to be putting a lot of stuff in my Instagram stories soon. But I had people that wanted to ask some questions, and there's some that I've gotten on Miracle's side too, that the GSL supporters, thank y'all so much over there, that have asked questions as well, like, are you really done? Are we not going to ever see your face again? We're not going to live happily ever after. I'm not sugarcoating that. There's no survivor that will live happily ever after. That is bullshit. I'm telling you right now. But it is worth the fight. For any survivor that is watching, it's worth the fight for your voice. It's worth the fight for your freedom. It's worth the fight for your mind, your body, your soul. It's worth the fight. Trust me, I have changed so much. It's worth the fight. Okay, so thank y'all for still running with it. Okay, not giving up, because somebody needs to ask the questions, especially to Cash with his booty call and playing right. Somebody needs to ask the questions of Bondi with why we taking 30 days when you said, but ask the questions. Even a Donald John Quavius Jr., I ask him all of them. Okay, I knew when we first started speaking to you in the very beginning, I told y'all there is no justice for me. I know that. I was in denial for a very long time. Like, maybe one day they'll leave us alone and we'll be okay. I'm not going to think like that anymore. I know better. Okay, I want my peace. I want to protect my peace. I want to try to find my peace. And now we have an army of people who are like, hey, I did it. At one point we went to, you guys know, they doxed the children. In 2024, we went to a dance studio and someone asked me, hey, stay for a little bit. I know that there's hill, but just stay. It's going to be okay. Matter of fact, stay and do a comp team. I said, I can't stay that long. They said, we go to comp in like 6 weeks. You want to try to make it happen? Yeah. We called out angels from all over the world. Some even flew and drove 12, 13 hours and made sure that they were around us to say, go have fun. In order to I've taken some dance classes this year, while angels have sat outside the dance studio and just sat out there so they know that there was protection. Drove hours to sit with my mom for me to just go take an hour dance class. Just so I could have some peace. Drove hours to drive the car. We've had angels that drove hours just to drive so my mom could take a nap in the back seat. Okay, so when I say that I want my peace back, I know that I'm going to have to ask for help to do it. I would need security to do it. And I know that there are so many heroes that are like, and angels, y'all, that sit from all over the world that be like, come over here, we'll help. So I want to try. I sincerely want to try. As long as we are still on this earth, I want my peace back. Do I think that we will be absolutely okay all the time? No. Not at all. No. But I want to try. Okay? Can I tell you? I am a dance teacher. Okay? And I really... I'm so excited. I love doing what I do. I not only am I a dance teacher, I'm a special needs coach. I'm a special needs dance teacher. I taught babies all ages, Down syndrome, autistic, you name it. And I love it because there's some people who don't have the patience that it takes to let alone just have some patience with special needs children, to take the time to work with them. There's people that just don't have the patience with people at all. But for special needs kids, I feel like they have a higher intelligence that some people are just not braced for, you know? That we already have to try to ping people with common sense like we just did in the beginning of this conversation. And then you have people whose brains just work different than other people. There's nothing wrong with them for that. I call that just a higher intelligence. They're superheroes to me. Because they're different. Their brain just works different. And I loved working with special needs babies. As a dance teacher for all ages, even adults, I can't have kids myself, so y'all know how I feel about everybody in my eyesight. It's like my baby, my kid, you know? I dressed up as the princess, Moana, Tiana, and so on and so forth, to sing songs and read stories to children that were in the hospital. I showed up as a birthday party princess, birthday host. I volunteered for foster care agencies, and I would braid hair for kids who couldn't get their hair done, who foster parents didn't know what to do with their hair. If they went into a home that has a different culture and those people are saying you can't take care of their kid because their hair is not done, you can, anybody can learn. It's called YouTube. We got tutorials, and if people had the patience enough to teach, you will learn something. So I would go out to foster agencies, and I would sit down sometimes with the foster parents, or I'd just do the kids' hair, and I would teach them how to take care of their hair. I would pay for it because there's some foster parents, not all of them, but there's some foster parents and some agencies that don't provide for their kids. They want the state to provide. They want it to come out of the check that they get, even the allowance that the kid is supposed to get. And instead of doing something that is your everyday basic care for a child, if it was your child, some people don't do that for other children. So I went out to foster agencies. Why? Because I went through that. I had my hair matted at one point. I was being bullied and made fun of because other kids and girls were going to school with their hair done and scalp greased and feeling and looking good, and I didn't have that. And I know what that felt like. So I would call around and volunteer for foster agencies, and I would say, I'll bring the barrettes. I think at one point, if you were here in 2020, I never showed the kid, but I would put up styles like, hey, let's take a vote. What's the kind of style should I do today for this kid? And then I would give it to them and let them see and let them feel confident about themselves, so they can get through a day where they don't know anybody, or get through some time in school where they're not being bullied, or somebody could give them a compliment that they just needed to boost their self-esteem so they can make it to the next thing that they may be going through. I fed the homeless, and nobody needs to know. I do not need to honk about that, but I did. I was always busy. And on top of that, I was running from myself. So if you are an overthinker like I am, I would run from my own problems by being busy, giving to somebody else. I love to see someone happy. And I'm not simple. I am that simple. My mama raised me right. Okay? I am that simple. I want the best for everybody. If you don't want the best for me, that's when I got a problem with you. Because I want the best for you. I don't even have to know you. I want to know that you're fed. I want to know that you're warm. I want to know that you had something good that you can talk about, even if you consider it little. I would walk into the dance studio, and it was so much fun for me to get to work early, because the babies that were around the dance studio that weren't even my babies, they would want to have a conversation or color. I would bring extra coloring books and extra crayons for those kids that are just sitting there for hours with their parents, because their sister or their brother is in dance class for hours, and then the other sister brother is in soccer, and they got to run from place to place to place. So I would bring extra things for those kids that are sitting there like, I ain't got nothing to do. I don't have a tablet. I'm running around. I'm starting to irritate my mama and my daddy because I'm bored. I would let small babies after my class was over, because they see all these kids on the floor. My biggest thing, and I know there's dance moms and dance dads that know this about me, I would let their toddlers come into the dance room and just run around the floor, and I'd run with them. Just take off. Just let's run in circles. Let's shake the sillies out. Let's run the sillies out. Let's get the energy out, because they're just watching everything, and they're like, I want to do that too. They may not be big enough. There may not be a class for them, but you can acknowledge them. You know what I'm saying? My love language is food. I love to cook. And I'm really good at it. Okay. I've had a lot of food and thrown at me and been abused with a lot of food and other situations with food. And for that reason, I had to learn how to take care of myself, and I had to learn how to take care of somebody else so they didn't hurt me. So I learned how to cook, and I am really good at cooking. I've been told several times that I should open a restaurant, but I don't want to do that. I don't think I want to do that. I love to watch people eat my food. Like, I love to see somebody full. That's it. I love it. Okay. And before, I was dancing in the wrong ways. I was stripping. I was for the studio one day. I was like, let's try this, because, can you hear me now? My mom, she would be like, let's try this, because we can get you away from poles and things like that. And I walked in to a dance studio, and somebody asked me to substitute one day because there was a teacher out, and I just loved it. Absolutely loved it. Then I went to competition because they asked me to volunteer. I was like 23, and I went to competition, and they asked me to dance. That was the first time I told my story through art. I was a vault before that. I wouldn't say anything about anything. I was in denial. And I told my story through art. And that was the day I started really like, ooh, okay. Have a conversation without speaking. When words fail, dance speaks. It's my favorite quote. Okay, so as a choreographer, I started putting things into art, even if it was hip hop or contemporary or ballet. I love to fuse genres together to let somebody feel something, and you never know what you're gonna go to. You just never know. Okay, and I want to do that again. I'm a good teacher, and I was never the type that needed to say it because I didn't. When you do something and you're doing right, you don't need, your character speaks for you. Your smile is your trademark. Your personality is your logo. Okay, I didn't need anybody to, and I didn't need to tell anybody I'm a good teacher. I just have to do it. All right, so I loved it, and I miss it. And I have so many dance kids from all around the world. Actually, not even all around the world, all around the United States, in a few states that I've had the honor and the privilege to teach. I used to do private lessons, and parents would sit in there and they would tell me, like, my kid just can't jump off the ground. Some people just don't know how to jump. Like that's a huge thing for some people. They don't know how to bend their knees and get up off the ground. And I was that teacher that's like, we're gonna try every analogy that I can possibly think of, so that way you can do this, because I know you can do it. And I'm gonna tell you right now, just like I'm gonna tell survivors, anything that another survivor can do, you can do. That's why I'm telling you, you can get out. You can change your life. You can be free. If I can do it, you can do it. The same way I used to tell my dancers as a choreographer, I would sometimes bring in healthy competition. It's a choreographer tip, secret, don't tell anybody. But I used to bring in healthy competition to dancers who were like, I can't do this. Like, I can't kick my face. I can't be that dancer that somebody else is. I'm not a professional. If I want to kick my face, I would train for it. I got to fight for it. I got to put in the hours for it. Anything that somebody else's body can do, yours can do. It just depends on how much time you put in. It depends on how hard you train for it. It depends on how bad you want it. It's the same with getting out. There's going to be days where your body hurts as a dancer. There's going to be days where you feel like, I can't do this. It's too hard. There's going to be days where you cry and be like, I don't get why I don't have the confidence or the talent or whatever that I need that this other dancer has. It's because that other dancer put in the work. That other dancer fought for it. That other dancer was there. You don't know the work that it took for that person to get to where they are today. You don't know the blood, sweat, and tears that they put on the floor to be where they are today. Blood, sweat, and tears are put into my fight every single day. And if I want something, I know now that I just have to fight for it. It's going to take a minute. It's not going to be easy at all. But one day it's worth it. It applies the same. It goes for anybody. If you have a dream of being a doctor, you don't just become a doctor. You got to put the time in. You got to put the work in. You got to study. There's going to be nights that the tests are too hard. There's going to be times that you mess up. Depends on how hard you fight for it, right? I want my life back. I want to teach again. And I think God is so funny, because I used to pray all the time, like, God, one day I want to be this choreographer where there's people around the building and they just want to come and take my class. Like, it's like church sometimes. When I used to go to dance classes, I used to come out and be like, Mama, I feel so good. my energy is restored. My faith in myself is restored. I feel like I can do this. I don't have to fight my own self in the mirror. I feel like I can do this. Sometimes it's just the motivation that you need. So I'm not saying that I am like this super duper professional. If I wanted to be, I could. But I am good at what I do. And I love what I did. And I want it back. And I want to teach again. And I know now that there's so many angels and heroes that are like, I got super babies. And if there is a place that we can go, I will bring my super babies for you to teach a class. I want that one day. I don't know how I'm going to get that back. But that's what I want. I want to teach a convention or something. And I really want to give back to a community that doesn't have it. So if there's ever a community theater, if you're on here, you're a choreographer, if you own a studio, or if you're a dance choreographer that needs some help and you want to call me, please, Allie'sArmy.com, message me. I will love to volunteer. Absolutely love it. And I want to show you that I can do it. So I want to put up some of my old dance videos. I put up a post yesterday just showing all the things that I can do. I'm pretty talented. And there's a lot of me. DID. We all have different talents. So you'd be actually really shocked at the things that I can do. Seriously, not kidding. And I'm not trying to toot my own horn, because sometimes I can't do it. Like if I sew and crochet, and Aria and me, she's a gymnast, and I can't backflip, but part of me can. Okay. Maddie is a hip hop artist that y'all met the bonnet video. That's me. I am a hip hop artist, but sometimes I'm not. Do you get what I'm saying? Okay. Some of us, I may not be able to kick my face and teach a lyrical routine, but I can tell you how to do it. Nah. And I can help you get to that place. All right, but I'm a good teacher, and I want to try it again, and I want it back. And if I ever get the opportunity again, I wish, give me 45 minutes. That's what I would love the world to see. I'm more than my wounds, and I don't want people to just be like, oh, Allie Carter, that traumatized black girl. No, with the white mama. No, I don't just want that. I'm more than that. I am more than my scars. I'm more than my pain, and I want to be seen for that, because I know there's a lot of people who don't know that you're worth more than that. If I ever had the opportunity to open a place where I could let people in that don't have the money to go to studio, it's great that for those people who have money to go to studios and conventions and all these expensive things and have these expensive costumes and, expensive choreographers and all that stuff. That's great for you. I'm glad for you. That's a blessing. But there's people who don't even try to think that far because they can't. Those are the people that I want to teach. So bad. Like those foster kids that are just like, I want to go to a dance class. I just want to go. I may not be a dancer, but I want to try it. The adults that have went through life and never got a childhood, never had the chance to join a basketball team or know how to cook, and nobody ever gave them cooking classes, or you don't know how to fill out a resume or something, and you just need somebody with patience to sit down with you. I love to be that person. Like if I know something that I can help you to learn so you can each one reach one, teach to somebody else, I love that. I am more than my scars. I really, really, really want to show y'all that. If somebody gave me an hour, I don't even need an hour, give me 30 minutes. I used to teach 30-minute classes. Actually, it was a challenge. Somebody didn't like me at a studio, I won't mention, but it was a dance studio challenge for me, because some people were not liking the fact that I had a fire hazard and full capacity going on in my classroom, so they cut my classes down to 30 minutes each. And they were like, yeah, let's see if you could do that. Man, bossed it, aced it. You didn't, it wasn't, I took it as a challenge. I didn't even take it as jealousy as what it was. I took it as a challenge, because I'm like, now I can fit in a moment to freestyle. I can fit in a moment to talk to my kids. I can fit in a moment to teach a combination. I can also fit in a moment for them to learn to talk to each other and be a better person. I don't care if you're a great dancer, that's great. We have a bunch of amazing, talented people. Are you a good person? Sometimes that's not something that you could teach. Okay, so I really focus on that, focus on mental health. And I really want to teach again. I really want to dance again. Really bad. So I sing, I dance, I do a lot of things. And I want that opportunity to be able to feel at peace, even if it's for an hour. If somebody gave me 30 to 45 minutes to show you the teacher that I am. And if there's also things that are like, look, we could just turn the cameras off. Allie Carter don't have to be on anything. We can just turn the cameras off. Just let's have a good time. Let me teach you something. And the amount of things that are in my head and in my heart as a choreographer, I'm an artist. So the amount of things that I am thinking that I could put on an empty blank canvas. Oh, please. I would love to. That's what I want. That's what this video was supposed to be about, but it turned. So, I miss it. So if that's you, and you're like, come over here, you can teach over here. And you're like, we don't even have to turn the cameras on. I'm cool with that. I'd volunteer. If there's an agency worker that is like, I need some help with some of my kids' hair, I will braid. I promise. I don't need any money. I just want to see somebody happy. That's enough for me. Really. Seriously. I'm not kidding. I used to chase people down out of private lessons when somebody would hand me more. Like somebody used to hand me like $80 for a private lesson. I'm like, listen, I am not a doctor. I am not saving lives. I just hit an 8 count and I just took the patience that was needed. I don't need more than that. I would chase people down and be like, take some of this back. I don't need all that. Okay. And it wasn't about the money. It's really not. There's a lot of people that deserve some patience and care. That's it. So that's what I want to tell you. And after December 30th, I'm really hoping for that miracle. We're gonna be talking about that with her. A little something that she poked me with, and I was like, really, sis? And she's like, yeah, you want to do it? And I'm like, I do. And she's like, how soon do you want to do it? And I was like, now. But yeah. Which song always makes you want to dance? I am all around. I love to listen to everything. So I choreographed to rock music, country music, hip hop, lyrical. I've actually done folklorical. I love it. I'm literally hungry for any and everything. I love everything. And I'll create to anything. And I hope that y'all can see that one day. I have some things that I created. I created a dance on Disrupted Demand on the truth about what happened to my friend. And I created a dance piece called Word of the State about what happened to me when in foster care. And to be able to tell a story without saying a word. Even if it's a happy story. I love everything. I really do. I hope you and your mom are somewhere safe and happy. We're okay for the moment, but things are really crazy right now. I may be smiling, but I gotta keep this. I'm trying to keep this. So, but thank you. We're safer right now. That could change, but at the moment we're all right. Have you done any choreographing in Latin music? Yes, I have. I've done a whole folklorical piece. I've done just some cute salsa routines. I'm actually a ballroom dancer too. I love all styles. I've done social styles. I love ballroom dancing. It's so much fun. Swing, Lindy Hop, and bachata, all that. I've done so much. And I miss it. And it's always and always will be an honor. So, I miss it. I miss it a lot. And I feel like after December 30th, somebody even asked, would we do motivational speaking? I'm in for that. I'm okay with that. As long as if we can bring it back around and positive, I don't mind speaking on some things that one day will help somebody else to help somebody else, whether it's themselves or somebody else. I don't mind motivational speaking. So there's some people who are like, are y'all just going to disappear? What about motivational speaking? I'd do that. I would do it. Mark this. I would do it. But yeah. Yeah. So, on YouTube, we have a YouTube page. I think it's under Allie's Army Unite. I'll put it up in my story. If you guys can go follow our YouTube page. My mom has some releases coming out on MK Ultra. I feel like that's the last part that we feel like we need to do. Just need you guys to know how deep the MK Ultra goes, and it may take some people a minute to get it, because it took some people a minute to get here. But as long as we know we tried our best, did everything in and out of our power to do, that's what we're going to do. And then now, after December, we're trying to figure out where we can find some type of home base so we can have some place to call home, and we're not out of our bags and out of our car and moving so much. And we know that nobody would ever leave us alone, but we know that we just need to find other avenues. But we are planning to write a book and sell that book. And my mom asked me, she's like, what do you want to do after that? And I'm like, I want to put on a convention, Mom. And I don't want it to be so expensive. I want people to know that it's okay. Like, you don't have to be this big professional dancer to be in this space and feel how amazing it feels to be seen, to be a part of something bigger than you. I always love to just be a part of something bigger than me. Doesn't even have to be about me. But that's what I want to do. I really want to do that. I really want to do that. So if there's anybody that's like, I need help with this thing, you can call me. Email me. And trust me, you'll know when you're talking to me. But if you go through alliesarmy.com, a website that we made, and you email through there, we'll get it. And it might take us a minute, but we'll get it and we will get back to you. But I would love to do that. We've dug in our wounds for so long. I want to do something peaceful. I want to protect my peace. I want to be able to teach again. And if that means that I need to do things with security, okay then. But this is life. I used to stay in the house and be like, I can't go anywhere. I can't do anything because of our predators and our abusers that made me believe, no. Just no. I get it now. That was a lie. It took me a minute. It took a few years. But I get it now. And I was that dance teacher, and I'm always that dance teacher, that if there's kids leaving my class and I see them going into a lobby, I'm already starting one class. I know you're in the class. I can see you through the window. And now I'm running outside making sure that the dancers that just left my class is getting into their cars safely. I can see parents. I'm waving at them. Hey, have a good night. I see you. You see me. I know who they got in the car with. So that's the type of dance teacher that I am. Do a little bit of everything. So that's my goal, and it's not just my goal; it's my dream. Okay, and I know what peace looks like. I've been a part of that. I've had it. I've felt it. Okay, so I know that it's possible, and that's why I get so happy about it, because I'm like, I've felt that. I've been able to live in that. You know, I've been able to be a part of that. I've always seen myself doing a musical or a play or something, and I want to do it so bad. And now we have all these people from all over the world, y'all, from Sweden and the UK. Can you imagine if we put on a musical or a play? You know, people used to ask me about that in the beginning. I was like, it's not time for that. Now I'm just like, I don't know when it's time for that, but I need some peace. I need some love back. I need me. I miss me. I miss me. I know my mom misses herself too. Those moments where we could just, for nothing, just sit with our animals, or just watch TV, or just do nothing. We miss that. We need that. And it's not asking for the world. A worldwide concert. I'm telling you, I think we could do it. Can you imagine if I did auditions for dancers or something, and just did a musical or a play on the truth? People do dances and stuff, and movies and stuff on heavy stuff. Now, can you imagine if we got together from all over the world and went from the UK to Sweden to France to the United States and put truth into art, that people can then say, I've watched this, I understand it in an art form, and now we would hand out posters and make rocks, and we could do conventions like that. Like let's go to a convention and let's take 30 minutes to paint rocks together and have a conversation. Let's take an hour to dance together. Let's take an hour for social workers and mothers and parents to have a conversation with my mom, and then to get some tips on how to better help someone else, instead of all these things that people put on to benefit and get their own gain from. Can you imagine if we were able to do that and go from place to place to place and spark a fire under people that they can help somebody else? That's what I'm thinking now. Everybody's like, you just gonna leave? We have this army, this family, this what we built. No, I'm trying to think. I'm legit trying to think. There's dancers everywhere. So many people have so many talents. Can you imagine if people pulled together for a musical or a play or a dance show? I'd do it all. I'd put it all together. You understand? And it doesn't have to be this expensive, crazy thing. It doesn't. That's where people get greedy. Just greedy. I'm not greedy. Because if we doing something like that, I want there to be fact sheets. I want people to have conversations with people. I want people to, not only the adults, but the kids. The kids are going through things that you don't know as an adult. So could you imagine if we could do something where we could sit down with all ages, like the babies, the preteens, the teenagers, to the young adults, and have conversations that they could then help somebody else, or be passed around when they go back to school. They don't have to know the graphic stuff. We don't have to get into graphic, gory, ugly details. You can teach them in a way where they understand for their age. I want to do that so bad. And I'm trying to figure out how to do it. Someone said, yes, we are a family of the free. Let's do it. I can set location and security. Come on, I'm doing it. Let's do it. Let's do it. I'm so serious. I'm so serious. Can you imagine? And let me tell you something. I put together a competition team in 6 weeks, and not to Hong Kong Ka Uga, but they won 5 for 5. We didn't go for awards. We went for the fun. We went for the experience. We went for the education. And we left with more than we went in for. And everything that those kids learned in 6 weeks is not something that they just applied to the stage. They applied it to their lives. That's what I want to do. Do I love to paint? Oh my gosh. Tell her. We paint rocks. Let me see if I can pull one. Are they, wait, okay. I don't have one right here because I didn't get to spray it. I actually have fabric in my lap. I'm making some more bows right now. I just made one from my hair. Where'd it go? Here we go. Somewhere here. But I just pulled apart this nightgown, and
I'm actually making bowls because I need something to do with my hands and my brain right now. But I love crafts. Crafts are therapeutic. But can you imagine if we were able to do something like that? And then I would say, like, let's just go paint rocks together and talk. You would be shocked at how you feel if you just sat down and started painting something. I know some people are like, yeah, okay. I'm telling you, coloring is healing. Coloring is so healing. Crafting is so healing. Even if you're not crafty, you're like, I can make stick figures. Okay, let's do it. Let's do it. You could always do virtual classes on OutSchool. I think I understood what you just said there, but yeah, I would love to do virtual classes, but I'm a people person. I get shy sometimes, but I am a people person, and I'm visual, so I really do feel like being in person with people really helps. But I would still love to do virtual stuff. But I want to live again, and you guys know my name from all over the place. I've had so many people from Hawaii tell me that you guys have seen my posters on your islands, and I never even would have imagined that to be a thing. But can you imagine if we went from place to place and just did something that's fun, but something that we can also be able to take from everybody. And there's not many people doing that because people, like I said, they get so greedy that they want something out of it. Do you have a favorite color to paint with? It depends on who you're talking to. I'm just kidding. No, I'm not. It does depend on who it depends on who you're talking to, because my favorite color is purple, but part of me, my favorite color is glitter. It just depends on who you're talking to. But I love everything. So I would do that. And if there's anybody that would want to do that with us, I'm in. And if you, after December, if y'all are like, okay, we haven't seen them in a while, y'all want to do something together, mark this video, email us. Because we have been saying, like, we'll do it, and email us. Allie'sArmy.com. And there are some people who have all this money and all these riches, and can you imagine if you put some of that into a place, give children that have so many talents, that are from the streets or from places where they don't have the money to do things, give them the space and opportunity. You'd be shocked. You like yellow? Aw, that's comforting. Yellow to paint with? That's a very comforting color. That's cool. My email starts with Nettie. Oh, so I expect one? All right. Okay. Community centers for that would be awesome. It really would. I want to do that. And I would open up a community center and just give everybody the opportunity to come in and just learn something. And it doesn't have to be this big thing. Just give somebody the opportunity to be a part of something. You'd be shocked at what grows from there. Flowers don't grow on their own. They need to be watered. Okay? They need some water, some sunlight, a little TLC. What would you call it? Call what? A play? A musical? I'd call it Disruptive Demand. So wonderful to see your passion for your future. Thank you. I'm excited for me. Okay, because after everything that we have went through, all the patterns that we have seen, all the places the things that I've grown from, now I'm like, oh, so much is possible. You don't get to break me.
They don't win. You know? If I had to name a community center, I don't know, maybe we'll call it Redemption. Because there's a lot of people who didn't get a chance. So you can get a second chance. Or a third chance. Or a fourth, or a 10th, or 100th. Doesn't matter. As long as you take that chance to do something better for you. Disruptive Demand would be a great play. Oh, thank you. Well, maybe it will be a play that I would love to take all around the world. The UK knows our name. You just said Sweden knows our name. France knows our name. London knows our name. Hawaii. There's places that I don't... Tanzania. Say it again. Tanzania. See, I can't even say that, and they know my name. And that's so disrespectful. I'm so sorry. No shade or disrespect at all. Respectfully, I can't say that. I don't. Say it again. Tanzania. I love y'all over there. I love you too over there. But I don't know why my face won't let me say it. I'll learn. I promise you I'll learn. So, yeah. Thank you for sitting through this live and hanging out with us. This is really not the way that I wanted this to go, but it's going, so whatever. And then there's some people who are like, do I really want to put a mic in your hand? I ask the same question every day. If you're doing something shady, don't call me. Don't put that on me, because if you put that mic in my hand, I'm going to be just as shocked as you are if I air your shit out. So don't do it. If you're doing something shady, don't call me. I'm not the one. I'm really not. Not. So, all right. We're going to go. I actually might go on TikTok live for a little bit and just worship. If y'all want to come hang out with us there, our TikTok name is 90s Nation News, the number 5. I am not on TikTok under my own name. Those are impersonating fake accounts that are collecting money on my pain, just like the predators. So that's not me. But yeah, much love from Belgium. See? Belgium. Oh, wow. Thank you. See, I don't even know how far that is, but I know that's far. I'm still geographically challenged, and that could help if I could come see y'all. I'd learn. But thank you. That's amazing. That's an honor. Wow. Hi. We love you. But yeah. One day. And I'm praying that that's 2026. I'm praying that's what our 2026 looks like, is getting it all back. Everything that we lost and it cost to tell you the truth, I pray that we get that back. That's the prayer for myself. This next year is personal. This comeback is personal for me. I want peace. I want to smile for real. You know? Not screw this on. I want to smile for real. I want to. You don't understand. It doesn't take much for me to be happy. I just want to be happy. And I just want people to care about what's going on with other kids. It's all I want. That's it. I promise you, that's it. I just want you to care. And I just want to be happy. And it doesn't take much. So, all right. I'll shut my face. I'm sure you've heard enough. Blessings from Scotland. Oh, my Lord. We treasure. Thank you. Blessings back to you. Taking back with the enemy stole. You know it, sis. You know it. I'm about to take it back. I'm so serious. 2026. I'm going to take it back. Take it back. We need a place, a space where we can come back to and have our own things. I want a junk drawer. That's my goal. I want a junk drawer in a garage. I have never wanted a garage so bad in my life. I didn't even think that would be my goal one day. I really want a garage. So we can have our stuff in it and not in a storage somewhere. all over the United States of America where we got to go pick up things from people. I am so sorry for still holding on half of our shit. I'm so sorry. Could get that at one point, but Mama needs a tool shed. Oh, look at her face. She lit up too. Yes. We're doing this event 2026. Okay, let's make it happen. Let's make it happen. I'll do auditions. I'm just speaking out loud here. Okay, this is just my dreaming. But I would love to like do auditions in the United States and we can do it from coast to coast. Find a central place on the West Coast, find a central place in the middle, find a central place on the East Coast. We need some dancers, we need some singers, we need some actors and actresses, and we need some people that can help us create this dream. And I would love to be your coach. It would be my honor. I would give anything to be your coach. And I'm a good damn coach. Okay? That's my goal. And if you want to be a part of that, let's do it. Let's do it. Mama just wants a dog. She wants a dog, a garden, and she just likes to take pictures of the same flower. She's a photographer of nature. She loves to like take pictures of the same flower. I'm not kidding. Her phone is full of probably like 4,000 pictures, and like every 500 is the same flower. No shade, but she says it's the money shot. It's true. Sure, I actually post some of her pictures up too, so y'all can see. But all right, seriously, I said I'm gonna shut my face. I love you, and I pray for you. Even if you don't know how to pray, I pray for you. Thank you for caring about us. Telegram will be live soon, and then we're gonna go on TikTok and just worship, just hang out. It's Sunday, so worship. Play some music, even if you don't worship. I might play some songs that are not worship, just for those who are like, I don't worship. I don't know what that means. Cool, that's fine. Just come over and hang out with us. So, yeah, this was a long one. Thank you for watching the whole thing. If you did, say bye, Mama.
I love you guys.
If you crave nature but still shop online, Night and Day Herbals is your dream come true. Discover premium herbal soaps, shampoos, and CBD products. All organic, all for you. Shop now at nightandayherbals.com.